we are launching on a brand new service, and one that we're not sure the correct pronunciation of.
I think it's Patreon. Patreon. Basically, it's a way of us improving the site through your donations. For your donations, you get stuff back, bigger sort of podcasts and things like that. We'd like to go to more screenings, and those cost money to go to, travel expenses and things like that. And obviously, sort of hosting the website, all these things cost money. And it would be nice for us to dedicate more time to both the podcast and the website as well. And hopefully through your donations, we'll be able to do that. You can donate as little as $2 a month. That's what, like £1.50, something like that.
Yeah, or if Brexit.
It's like I don't work in a bureau de change.
It's like you've forgotten all your training.
You will get from us a bi-weekly sort of newsletter with stuff, updates on us and the site and the podcast, what we'll be doing on both the main show and Patreon.
Basically,
and we're hoping
if you've ever adopted a panda, it's like that. You get pictures
or a
of
dog.
the panda growing up, and you get news if the panda goes on.
Or a dancing bear.
You get to hear about the dancing bear. You know, whether it's done Gangnam Style or Uptown Funk or whatever.
You'll be able to sort of peer behind the curtain of my contributions to the site, as my show notes will be available for the main show to $2 backers. And you'll also obviously get that knowledge that you'll have our eternal gratitude, which is always nice.
I know, and I don't give that away freely. That's why we're having to launch on Patreon. So there you go. And in terms of content, we're doing several things.
So for $5, one of our new big podcasts is
First Guide to Britcoms, already in the can. Only Fools and Horses, series 1 to 3 and 6, and the final specials, and Channel 4's Drop the Dead Donkey as well. They are the two that have already been made for your listening and buying pleasure.
Also, you will get my notes for that particular podcast, and aren't you lucky, an entire back catalogue of all the running orders for all of the podcasts, dating back to when Luke and Gary and Denise used to do it in 2012.
$10 is the one I'm most excited about. It's the box set binge, where we watch an entire series of a show or an entire season if it's an American show. Already in the can for that. The Sopranos season 1. It's a show Matt and I have never seen, except now we have, and we share our views on it. It's a show that is sort of credited with changing the face of American television. How did we feel about it nearly 20 years on from its debut? That's one of the box set binges. Also, 20 years on from the end of Simpsons Season 8, we discussed the way the show has changed in its first 8 seasons and become this thing that we don't even really watch now in Season 20.
Or like.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're going to attempt to do a monthly watch-along session with one of us watching a certain show. At the $20 mark, you will get more sort of behind-the-scenes access. I will be taping mini podcast for every screening and event I attend. Also, quite excitingly, you'll be able to request any show for us to cover on the Custard DV box sets or the Britcom one. Luke will send you the podcast, or the podcast will appear in your iTunesy feedy thing at least a day before it goes live.
If you can help us, if you could spare a few dollars or your British pounds, which are welcome here as well, then we'd be very grateful. Thank you.
Bye.